following podcast is set for at least 1 hour. Introducing your hosts from Fort Worth, Texas, at a total combined weight of 430 pounds, Kevin and Chris Newell, the Cross Promo Pro Wrestling Podcast.
Hey, wrestling fans, what's going on?
I was about to introduce. I'm Chris. This is Kevin, and the thing, and
The thing.
bald. No, I'm joking.
The thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
This
You're
funny.
still not over the fact that I'm bald.
Yeah, it's all right though. Probably for now. See, we had.
Hang on. Because I'm messing with some stuff on monitors.
These pressing buttons and stuff. Just be careful of the big red one.
Never ever press the red button. Alright. Okay, everyone.
Proceed
so
with caution.
we are proceeding with caution. We're taking Naomi's advice. We're going to proceed with caution here. And
Especially
give
with
you,
the big red button.
especially with the big red button. We're going to give you guys the recap of Collision, AEW's Collision tonight, which
Which
was
came on tonight.
which was really, really quick. It was almost like NXT tonight. It was
Yeah.
like
Th-
one thing after another.
Then again, we skipped like all the commercials, so.
Yeah, we did. All right, let me get to a good starting point here for you.
Free skip
Alright.
ad button, just wait till after the show.
I mean, it pays to have it, DVR'd, and you could skip through all the commercials and
It
can
pays
skip
to
through
pay.
the picture-in-picture stuff. I mean, thank God.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Chris here is going to be going over the recap while I just put in my 2 cents here and there. So, Chris, fire away.
So, for AEW Collision for today, which was the 26th of April, 2025, this was coming from the Uno Lakefront Arena. No, they did.
The what?
Apparently, Uno Lakefront Arena.
Uno?
Uno.
Like card game Uno?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
At least that's what they said on the website I got the thing off of.
Okay.
Probably gonna double check that later.
All right. Well, I'm
correct
going
on
to
the
go
next
ahead
episode.
and skip you and draw 4. Go continue.
No, now you got to do the 4 new stuff. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
No.
But they started off with Swerve and Prince Nana coming to the ring. We've been waiting to see the dance again, and Prince Nana did it. But so when they got to the ring, before they could say anything, you had the Young Bucks come out and announce that they were going to be having some kind of match against Blake Christian, who looked like the KFC guy.
Looked like the KFC guy.
The way he had like his facial hair did there.
Oh, okay.
And Lee Johnson. Which they then summoned out, and they came and they had a match, which Swerve then won. But Lee Johnson was at ringside. Yeah. See, then after the match, you had both of the Young Bucks attacking Swerve, and then Kenny Omega coming out to even the odds. They're like to stop that fight there, which is kind of weird because he used to be friends with them, and at least the thing.
He's still a EVP like
Right.
them. Kenny Omega is. When AEW started back in 2018, you had Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, Adam Page, and Cody Rhodes. They kind of just started the whole thing.
Yeah.
But they named Cody Rhodes, Kenny Omega, and the Young Bucks like EVPs, Executive Vice Presidents. And the president of the company, of course, Tony Khan, who's fronting the money for it. Well,
Yeah.
technically, his dad is fronting the money for it. So
He's that's what he's spending his weekly allowance on or whatever.
Pretty much.
Then you had a promo by Samoa Joe backstage calling out Jon Moxley, saying that he's not going to be distracted and that he's coming for his title. So I guess we'll see that at the upcoming pay-per-view.
That's at
Or no, maybe the next one. It was at some point.
maybe happening at All In Arlington at the Globe Life Field.
Maybe. Then you had a match between Toni Storm and Queen Amanita.
Wait a minute. You had the match with... Okay, go ahead.
I had to find my spot there. For the AEW Women's World Title, Luther ringside. Surprisingly, no interference, and I just realized I forgot. Unless I'm mixing that with a different promo. Or a different match. I don't know. But you had Toni Storm retaining after that match.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, you had a promo by the Jarrett faction. That's Jeff Jarrett and his group. Where they were getting on Sanjay Dutt?
Sanjay Dutt,
His case for showing up late. And Jay Lethal saying that he's going to be coming up with the plans from now on. Hey, Yins.
We are being blessed by the Divine Yinzer. He is in the chat here on the Twitch chat. Welcome, Yins.
Welcome.
Long time no see. Okay, go ahead. Sorry. Didn't mean to cut you off there.
That's all right. Then you had Max Caster doing an in-ring promo talking about how he's the best wrestler alive, and he even brought a little certificate for it.
Oh, hang on. Yeah.
Oh, wait, you forgot to change the thing.
No, go for it. Keep going.
That ended up turning into a match because he issued an open challenge, which then Hologram came out for. And that match ended, the little open challenge type match thing, ended with Hologram pinning Max. So I guess he's not the best wrestler.
No.
Alive.
No, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know why you would brag that you are.
Yeah. He even got a certificate and everything only to lose that match and get proven wrong. Like, not even a full hour later. Which would have been hilarious. Next, you had a match between Anna Jay and Taylor Gainey. I think that's how you pronounce that.
Anna Jay Taylor Gainey. There we go.
That match ended in pinfall by Anna Jay. And then after that, I was getting mixed up. You had Penelope Ford come out with and attack Jay, and then you later had Megan Bain join and also attack Jay.
Right. Then
after that, you had this promo for Mone and Hayter, their match coming up here soon. And then you had Mone saying that the only thing between her and All In is Jamie Hayter. Next match was Dralistico versus Bandito for the Ring of Honor World Title.
Hang on. You're having me bounce around here. There we go.
Sorry.
Trying to keep up with the graphics. It's hard.
Then you had, during that match, you had Dralistico, I guess, threatened to leave or something like that.
Yeah, because he wasn't appreciating the boos from the crowd.
Well, he ended up losing that match anyway, with Bandito retaining by pinfall. Let's see. Then you had Big Bill and Brian Keith talk about how they need to win more because
hang on. From the learning tree. Yep.
Yeah, because they want.
Hi guys.
I forgot we have to start.
We have to do that anytime we mention the learning tree because that's Chris Jericho's greeting.
Yeah.
Anytime him or his guys come on, we gotta greet. Hi guys. That's it.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry. You were saying.
But during that, they ended up also issuing a challenge to Gates of Agony, and we'll have to see how that goes next week.
Yeah.
Then you had AR Fox versus Roosh, with Roosh winning that match by pinfall against AR Fox. And then you had Trent Beretta and Rocky Romero talking about how Trent got invited to that faction via conglomeration.
Where did that go? Oh. Okay, go ahead.
And they ended up attacking the Outrunners after that because they were, I guess, in the background or something.
Didn't we have a tornado tag match? also tonight that happened?
That. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that was. I completely skipped over that match. Before that Anna Jay match, you had Action Andretti and Leo Rush, their team being called Crew, defeating Dante and Darius Martin of Top Flight in a tornado tag match. I can't believe I skipped over that.
It's okay.
During the entrance for Action for Crew.
Yeah, for Crew.
You had a thought. He made the list. Yeah. We don't.
Yeah.
We don't have the soundboard up, but if we did,
sorry.
Yeah.
We're still having some issues. We're trying to get the soundboard moved over, so
We're gonna get it working at some point, though.
at some point in time.
It's on the to-do list. But what was the thought you had?
The outfits that they were wearing to the ring, the spike jackets, it looked like somehow it was the love child of the Road Warriors and a Goomba from the Super Mario Brothers. You know, those spiked turtles or whatever with the spikes on them?
The Koopas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they remind me of whenever I see them. Call me crazy.
Yeah. You had Leela Gray at ringside, and then they brought out this bag thing, which they had like necklaces and stuff like that in.
Oh, they were in New Orleans, so they were beads. Like
Yeah.
Mardi Gras Mardi Gras type beads.
Again, that match ended in pinfall with Crew winning. And then you had the Anna Jay match. And then after the Trent Beretta, Rocco Romero promo, you had the main event, which was FTR with Stokely at ringside against Paragon, that being like, not Roderick Strong, but...
Yeah, no, it was Roderick Strong. Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong.
Yeah, but it's like Adam Cole's new faction after Undisputed Kingdom, whatever happened with that
It was
group,
like,
right?
It's basically Undisputed Kingdom resurfaced.
Yeah. We're doing a sequel to the reboot. Sorta. But in that match ended with Wheeler pinning Kyle O'Reilly, and then Adam Cole kind of coming into the ring, but then getting cornered, and Daniel Garcia coming out with the crowbar and talking about how he's got all this beef with FTR and how he's going to make them pay.
No, I'm actually looking forward to that.
So what do you got for match of the night?
I don't know. Honestly, it would have to go to the main event. FTR versus Paragon.
FTR is still getting...
They're still getting match of the night and everything.
What do you think, Jens? I'm probably going to go with the FTR match, too, because... yeah. And then also after this, I'm going to put out a...
Go ahead. Go ahead and mention that to them about the voting of match of.
Yeah. I also just remembered I have to put out the TikTok with like the links to the Discord server.
But go ahead and mention to them about what we're planning on doing as far as the voting. Explain to them everything, how the process is going to go from here on out when we determine match of.
We're going to put the tournament for, well, it's not really a tournament, it's like a vote thing.
Yeah.
Match of the week, match of the month, eventually match of the year, where everyone in the server will vote on match of the month and match of the year and match of the week. But we will usually decide match of the night. That way it's a little faster. But that will be in the Discord server.
Okay. And if you want to be a part of the Discord server and want to be a part of the voting, sorry for the noise in the back, getting...
There's cooking and stuff going on.
Well, I wouldn't say cooking, but like some cleaning up and everything. But if you want to... you can find us on our social media sites, being Facebook, also being...
Twitter, formerly X.
X, formerly Twitter. Instagram...
I'm just saying how it should
Discord, be. How it should be. Of course, we still have our TikTok. You can message us there as well if you guys want to join our Discord server.
At least until I get the video put up.
Definitely. definitely just send us a message. We'll have you join the server. There you guys can get announcements about upcoming episodes of our show, when we're going live, and also be a part of the voting process because it's going to be up to you guys who gets match of the week, match of the month, match of the year.
Yeah.
Chris and I will determine match of the night. And of course, we love to hear from you guys as far as messages of what your thoughts were on Raw, SmackDown, NXT, TNA, Dynamite, and like tonight, Collision.
And also like pay-per-views whenever they pop up.
Pay-per-views, PLEs. Speaking of which, and I'm going to go over that here in the news. And speaking of news, let's go ahead and get into the news.
What's the news?
Oh, there's a lot of interesting things going on in the news. Give me a second
What's
here.
going on in the news?
So, got a silly cord in the way. Anyway,
He nearly pulled a cord out of the computer.
I nearly did.
Yeah.
We're still good. We're still good. We're still live.
It's good.
We're still live, right? We're still live. Okay. So, going on in the news in professional wrestling that had made news today. Toni Storm saying that she is a better champion than Mercedes Mone.
You think we're going to see a title for title match?
We possibly could. This is news coming out of AEW. Well, of course, she also says she's a better champion than everyone else, but more importantly, Mercedes Mone. So she was speaking to Muscle Man Malcolm. She was asked by him who is the better champion between her and Mercedes Mone, and she said this, quoting her now, quote, "Obviously, I'm a better champion than not just Mercedes Mone, but any kind of champion. Number one, they can't possibly be that can't possibly be a question."
You know who else?
What's that?
You said his name was Muscle Man.
Oh. All right. So moving right along, we go to WWE news, dealing with Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman. So
Did they get in trouble?
no, Seth Rollins went on the Rich Eisen show, and he was, they were talking about football. And if you were watching the NFL draft, he did pop up to say to call out the draft for Chicago because Seth Rollins is a Chicago Bears fan. But yeah, he doesn't like CM Punk, who's originally from Chicago.
Chicago's good, but not CM Punk.
Apparently, according to Seth Rollins. I was about to say, did you make that a statement about you? Because I'm about to because I'm a CM Punk guy.
I was about to. That's what would be good.
I'm going to make a whole new shirt that says I'm a CM Punk guy.
That could work.
That could work. But I get sued by WWE probably. Hey, you can't use that as likeness rights and everything. I couldn't do that. Although it would be funny.
I know you definitely get sued by AEW if it was them.
Oh, definitely. But anyway, he was asked by Rich Eisen if he was worried at all about seeing as how this whole thing since WrestleMania, the whole thing of betrayal, you had Paul Heyman betray Roman Reigns and CM Punk. Seth Rollins was asked, do you fear that that Paul Heyman's going to betray you? He had this to say, and I'm quoting him now. This is a business relationship, and that's the thing. That's the beauty of it. I don't want to get too deep into it, but you've got the two greatest minds in the history of our industry coming together to create and push forward for the future of our industry. Roman Reigns ain't around enough. CM Punk's not reliable enough. I am both of those things, and Paul Heyman is dedicated to this industry. He will always do what is best for business, and so will I. And so I think that's a nice arrangement, And I'm smarter than those two, Punk and Roman. So I'm not worried about any betrayals or any chaos like that.
Suppose somebody else.
Hang on. we've got this thing dialed in. I'm very excited to see where it leads.
Suppose somebody else ends up owing Paul Heyman a favor, or Paul Heyman owes another favor. What's going to happen then, right?
That's very true. Personally, I'm... Hang on. Trying to get things organized here. I don't think Paul... I mean, we may see it in the future, but it's not going to... I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. This is going to take Seth probably to a main title match. He'll probably get the world title back. And Braun Breaker may get his Intercontinental title back. Now they just need 2 guys as a tag team to take the tag gold. They got Becky Lynch that can take the women's main title. You form up a faction just like that. So you got to get 2 tag teams, possibly from NXT, that are wanting to form or join up with that group, especially that you would think would be Paul Heyman guys. So you have to go through the whole entire tag team division, both NXT, Raw, and SmackDown, and see who can come up and step up and be a part of that faction. It's after WrestleMania, so you have a lot of guys coming in, coming from developmental from NXT. And, I mean, you just saw last night with Aleister Black returning, you could have guys from other divisions or other promotions, or. That's going to be our thing. From now on, we do that. And
we're bringing that back.
We're bringing that back, so where we go, or. And then we go looking at the monitor and hold one finger up. Or. You have someone from TNA, a tag team from TNA. So you take your pick on who you think could possibly be the ones to form up with that group and get them tag gold. We'd be seeing the next generation of evolution for Horsemen, the bloodline, things like that. So coming up, and we were speaking about PLEs earlier. One of them is being held tomorrow. That's TNA's Rebellion.
You gotta hit the button.
Oh, thank you. Rebellion. Hang on. What was after that one? Okay. I had to see what the next news story is so I get the transitioning thing all set up.
Yeah.
Okay. So you got TNA's Rebellion happening at the Gallon Center in Los Angeles, California. They're saying it's reaching several milestones already as far as the most tickets sold and the biggest live crowd for a TNA event in over 10 years. That
Cool.
says something. I'm gonna go ahead and go over the match card of this, and we'll let you guys decide: is this worth the tickets with the largest attendance and everything? And of course, there's no order to which these matches are. I'm just going to list
Card
off the
subject
matches.
to change and all that.
No, I mean like as far as the order in the matches.
Yeah.
These are just going to be the matches that you would see at this pay-per-view.
Pay-per-view.
You've got for the TNA World Tag Team Championship, you've got the Hardy Boys defending their titles against the Nemeth brothers, Nick and Ryan Nemeth.
After getting the title stolen.
After this, exactly, from the Hardy compound earlier this week on Impact. You have the the Ultimate X match for the Division Championship. That's where you have an X. It's kind of like a ladder match or whatever, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's what this is. Where it resembles like an X above the ring.
It's like their version of the
Money in the Bank. Yeah. But in this case, it's a title, and Moose is defending his title. I would have the graphics for it, but we'll have them tomorrow when we go over the pay-per-view. Moose defending his title against Leon Slater, Matt Cardona, Hio del Vikingo, my guy, KC Navarro. Are you yawning?
Yeah, no.
Is this boring you, sir?
The entire paper. No, I'm joking.
Wow.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Okay.
The pay-per-view will probably be good, though.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. We may have a few surprises. It is a pay-per-view. As I said, El Hijo del Vikingo, KC Navarro, Sydney Akeem, all going for the X Division Championship. Next title up for grabs. You have the Knockouts Tag Team Championship, or the Women's Tag Team Championship. The champions, Ash and Heather by Elegance, defending their titles. They're going up against Spitfire, the Meta Girls from Metaphor.
Oh, yeah.
I believe that's them. And Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxley from NXT. So you've got 2 from TNA, 2 from WWE NXT going for the tag titles.
Since
I
they
find that
can't get the
interesting.
tag titles on NXT.
Yeah, since they couldn't get the women tag titles on NXT.
One of the cats just escaped, didn't they?
Yep, but that's okay. We have our Lucha Cat escaping from the room. Anyway.
Ongoing rivalry with the green screen, that one.
Oh, yes, we must watch her and make sure she doesn't tear anything down. Oh, she's coming in to make an appearance. How about that? There she goes, walking by. She's in need of attention, I guess. We're visited in the booth now by our guest pet, the Lucha Cat, Marigold.
She says hi.
How you doing, Mare?
She
Okay.
She doesn't want to wave.
No, she doesn't want to be on camera either. She's camera shy like her.
She nearly took out the microphone.
Yeah, now she's trying to destroy our equipment here. Anyway, back to the card. You have for the TNA Knockouts Championship, or the Women's Championship, you got Marsha Slamovich defending her title against Tessa Blanchard. The next you have TNA International Championship, a new title that's been introduced to TNA.
Everybody,
Or at least I think it's newish. You have Steve Macklin defending his title against Eric Young. So that's what that promo at the campfire was all about.
Yeah.
Next, it's a rivalry match, a Falls Count Anywhere match between Mike Santana and Mustafa Ali. Next up, you have the Rascals and Ace Austin taking on the System, Eddie Edwards, Brian Myers, and JDC in a 6-man tag match. Next, you have for the main event, the TNA World Championship decided in a fatal 4-way match. Oh, I'm sorry, a triple threat match. Joe Hendry defending his title against Frankie Kazarian and Ethan Page. They do have a Yeah.
Still no Joe Hendry.
Still no Joe Hendry. I mean, we did the clapping and everything last time. So they do have a pre-show. They have a Walk with Elijah open challenge where Elijah will, I guess, answer and has opened a challenge, and whoever comes to fight him will. I'm guessing someone from NXT.
Yeah.
Then you also have Rosemary, Lei Ying Lee, and Zaya Brookside teaming up to take on Fatal Influences, JC Jane, Fallon Henley, and Jasmine Nix. And that's pretty much the card for Rebellion. What we're looking forward to tomorrow on pay-per-view. Continuing on with the news. It's a lot. Now the news stories. Is she trying to knock over the thing now? What is she doing?
She was over here jumping at it earlier. Just flopped over.
Gosh. Okay. Well, the next bit of stories, it seems like there's going to be some like inner fighting or whatever. But Nom Dar is calling out CM Punk after Pepsi comments about NXT's men's division.
He doesn't like Pepsi? He doesn't like Pepsi?
He doesn't seem to like Pepsi at all, but
I don't think I've really
I'm going to
had
give you the
Pepsi,
story,
so.
but then I'm going to tell you something else out here. During ESPN's WrestleMania 41 reaction special, Punk was talking about the NXT divisions, men and women's rosters. He believes that, and he's saying, and I'm quoting here, if you're a guy on the main roster, you're not so worried when looking down at the men's division in NXT. Then he also had suggested that the main women roster should be motivated by the rising stars coming out of NXT's women's division. What do you think about that? What Punk said.
He was saying that people should be motivated by people?
No, well, he's saying that the main roster women's division should be motivated by seeing the rising stars coming out of the NXT women's division. After, with all that you've seen, be it the main roster and the NXT women's division, do you agree with that assessment?
Yeah.
Okay.
It could be a source of like motivation, inspiration, that sort of thing.
Okay. And his comments about the men's division, if you're a guy on the main roster, you're not so worried when looking down at the men's division in NXT. So basically, Punk is saying the women's division is better in NXT, and the men's division not so much. And the women's division on the main roster should be more motivated, and the men's main roster, the men's division, they're not too worried about anyone coming up from NXT.
I don't know. There's been a few guys that we've been thinking is going to come up for a while now.
Like who?
Fraxium.
Fraxium, which they just did this past, just last night
Yeah.
on SmackDown.
And even then, it kind of took me by surprise because I'm not super in the loop with news a whole lot.
Yeah.
Again, I keep the stuff out of my TikTok feed to avoid spoilers. Took a shortcut there.
Well, you do what you can, yeah.
But every now and then I'll take a peek at the news.
Okay.
But, Obafemi, that's another one.
I'm looking forward to seeing him get to the main roster.
Yeah. Those are like the main two I can think of.
Trick Williams?
Yeah, I was about to say him.
Okay. We were on the same page right there. We were
Ethan
right there.
Page.
No, Ethan Page not yet. But you know who isn't happy with those statements from NXT?
Nom Dar. Is it because he's not getting called up
Nom
anytime
Dar.
soon?
Well, I mean, you got the hint there by looking at the graphics here. But yes, Nom Dar. He just got back from injury just this week, and then came back and took back the Heritage Cup from Lexus King. Well, he immediately took to Twitter, formerly X, and said, quote, "Hey Pepsi, I'm back now, so let's find out."
Oh, he called him Pepsi.
Yeah, he called him Pepsi. Because CM Punk, if you notice on his left arm, he's got the Pepsi logo on a tattoo on his arm. One of many tattoos. Now, I want to keep in mind, he responded and reposted, it looks like, from someone named Collision Cowboy on Twitter.
AEW fan, I'm guessing.
He's commenting on it, and it doesn't seem like it's a reliable source. I looked into this. Collision Cowboy is a parody account.
Oh.
It's known for posting wrestling-related content, obviously, or else how else would Nom Dar find out? Whoever they are, they often they post humorous and critical perspectives on professional wrestling and things like that. Not a legitimate news source.
Yeah.
So, for all we know, Collision Cowboy could be saying stuff.
Just to say stuff. And Nom Dar is over here saying, I'm getting mad because of what Collision Cowboy just told me. It's like, you have a friend that tells you about this guy that's been talking about you behind your back. I heard that this guy heard that this other guy said something.
Through the grapevine, and then you find out that the grapevine doesn't even exist. So I'm just telling you, you got to be careful on what you read out there as far as what would be considered news.
Check your news, regardless of the source. Have at least 2 or 3 to double check, just to be safe.
The man speaks wisdom. All right. Next up in the story, it's another thing. I mean, we're getting here. It's like call-out day here. Stevie Richards, if you remember him from ECW, He's an ECW alumni. Used to be a part of the Blue World Order, BWO or whatever, during ECW. Best known for being the leader of Right to Censor, Steven Richards. You remember him?
Barely.
In that faction? They would come out and they'd have that no sign flashing and the alarms.
I remember the faction, just not him specifically.
He was the one that was the leader of the group. Well, he has his own podcast, the Stevie Richards Show, and he has accused The Rock of gaslighting WWE fans over the WrestleMania 41 being absent and everything. I'll explain.
Was he there secretly or something?
Hang on. He was speaking on that about The Rock claimed he skipped WrestleMania 41 because he didn't want to take the attention away from John Cena's 17th title win, which I thought was a respective thing to do. It's about John Cena and not about The Rock. But this is what Stevie Richards had said, quote, The Rock is gaslighting the fans and everybody else. He's trying to say this was the plan all along when we all know it wasn't. This interview is just a good old-fashioned hardcore gaslighting, acting like what we saw with our own eyes wasn't what really happened. It's like he's telling the fans, you're stupid. You didn't understand what we were doing. We had it figured out all along. It's gaslighting, plain and simple. He continues on. I mean, these are bit long quotes, and he continues. He's literally trying to retroactively explain this whole Soul storyline after the fact, like it was some grand design. No one understood it because it didn't exist until after the fact. This feels like a Hollywood country club meeting. It's overly complicated. It's PR speak. It's garbage. Wrestling is simple. It's supposed to slap you in the face with emotions. Take, for example, Cody's title win last year at WrestleMania 40. That hit you in the face.
Loss.
Or his title loss.
Technically title loss.
It was a real hit in the face with emotion. Like, Cody win, cry, you know.
Yeah.
Stevie continues, ends with this quote here. If you're the anchor of the storyline, how can you just vanish at the finish? The anchor doesn't float away. When you need it the most, you're telling me you didn't know Travis Scott was coming out, but you're the final boss. You're on the TKO board. How stupid do you think we are? Stevie Richards calling out The Rock. I mean, we've seen it done before during the Attitude Era, you know, when Right to Censor would call out The Rock with his references of pie and all that, but
I don't think that's
never thought I would see real-life Stevie Richards call out Dwayne Johnson, you know.
Yeah.
But he isn't the only ECW alumni or wrestler that is getting on The Rock's case. Let me fix it here. To much surprise, Bubba Ray.
One of the pictures changed.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
This is the time that we are going to kind of take a break in the show, folks, to have your kids listen in. Children, do not do drugs.
I haven't done any either, though.
And now back to the show. Denial is an ugly thing. But Bubba Ray is slamming The Rock for the fallout with WrestleMania 41.
Was it through a table?
No.
Oh.
No. As we all know, Bubba Ray is a part of the Busted Open Radio podcast and show. The Rock has brushed off criticism from this very particular show. Dave LaGreca has been criticizing how this whole thing has gone about with The Rock, with The Rock telling him, this business is a complete work, and to stop ranting. It's not healthy, my friend. Enjoy the show. Remember, I brought that up earlier this week with The Rock responding to people complaining and everything. Well, Bully Ray, or Bubba Ray, he defends his people, whether it be people of his tag team, people of LFG, As you've seen, if you've been watching LFG, great show, by the way. Highly recommend it. He got pretty upset. And he said this, and I'm quoting him now. I stuck up for these guys, and I told the busted Open Nation the way they connected the dots. They've earned my benefit of the doubt to sit back and enjoy what they're doing. But now, with everything that's going down, it's now in front of my eyes that they had no clue what the F they were doing this whole time. And then he mentioned about the whole Cody Soul storyline. He said this, quote, "Oh, maybe one day we'll come back to the Soul. No, don't go back to the Soul. You already stooged it off. That it wasn't going to happen. So let's forget about Cody's Soul. As a matter of fact, unless I'm getting Cody versus The Rock one day, I don't think I need to see it."
Yeah, they did kind of drop that storyline.
They did. I don't need to see it, and I'm sure as hell don't need to see Roman Reigns and Rock, because Rock already put the Ula Fala around his head. But he didn't stop there. He's called out The Rock to listen to the fans. So he said this, quote, "Rock, I want you to tell Dave let Dave into one of those meetings. I want you to let him sit at the table with you and Brian Gerwitz when you're coming up with everything, because Dave LaGreca is the voice of the wrestling fan, and maybe you should hear or have heard the voice of a wrestling fan before you decided to not show up at WrestleMania. At the end of the day, Dave's passion makes sense." And there is video going around of an episode where Dave has actually just went off about how everything went with WrestleMania. He was beyond frustrated. Frustrated wasn't even the word. I mean, let's just face it. I mean, there's a lot of people that are not going to ever be happy with pretty much how WrestleMania went down, and we got to move on from that. Yes, there could be a bigger story. This could be a smaller. It's a small story, but a part of a big picture.
After all.
Well, I mean, you look at it this way: these little stories and everything, and storylines, and these pay-per-views are puzzles to an even bigger picture.
I feel like, although now with all that being mentioned, I feel like it could have been cool to see that split off into like Cena versus Orton at Backlash or SummerSlam or whatever, and then Cody and Rock at Backlash or SummerSlam or something, you know?
Right.
And that way it seems more organic that they have the story split off that way instead of just Cody's got to go part-time again or whatever. He's going to go disappear for a bit.
Right.
And yeah.
Oh, no, keep going. Keep going. I was listening. I'm just...
And then just kind of... And now we don't know what storyline he's got for him next. Because I think we've mentioned it on the show before, or at least like the TikTok lives back when we were doing those a lot, that Cody kind of needs a storyline. Otherwise, he doesn't... There's no reason... There's not a whole lot of reason for him to do much of nothing.
Yeah, that is very true. I mean, because without a story, you've got no match. It's like AEW, what they were doing last year. They would be putting guys in facing each other, and we don't know why.
Yeah.
We didn't have a rhyme or reason, but I think they're steadily getting better with that. I mean, the whole thing with like tonight, you had Bandito defending his title against Dralistico. How did we get to that point, you know? How did he become number one contender to defend, to go up for the Ring of Honor World title?
It could have been stuff on like Ring of Honor too.
There could have been stuff, yeah, but still, it doesn't make sense to us. If you've got a title that's on another promotion and it's being defended, you need to explain how it got to that point of being defended. Like, for example, you have these matches right now for the men and women's Owen Hart tournament on AEW.
Yeah.
Now you have these matches of people facing each other. You've got next on Wednesday, you got Hangman Adam Page against Kyle Fletcher. They're building that story to get to that match that will be leading to the finals of that tournament. That we have an understanding of.
Yeah.
But when you've got like a title defense and no story behind it, it doesn't make sense to the wrestlers. It's like, okay, you're just defending your title and going from there. You know, you have to have someone ranked. I thought there was a ranking system in AEW, or did we just throw it at the wayside? You know.
So now they don't have ranking or storylines. So that's a new.
Either way, we're not critiquing on how anyone should run their promotion. We say this every single time. We want to reiterate it. We're not wrestlers. We're not a part of a wrestling promotion.
Just realized the antenna fell.
You got attention deficit disorder, son? What the heck?
What does that do?
Oh, dear God. Okay. Well, we got a little bit of time left. I had gotten a magazine here lately, and it had a little quiz in it, and I figured it'd be fun to put Chris through this little quiz.
I'm going to fail
And you guys can participate too. If you want to participate in the chat or anything like that, we greatly appreciate it. All right, it's the Ultimate Wrestling Quiz. We got a little bit of time here, so we can go ahead and get this taken care of. Okay, who was the first WWE Intercontinental Champion in 1979? Was it A, Pat Patterson, B, Ricky Steamboat, or was it C, Roddy Piper?
Patterson?
Hey!
I did. Did I
You
do
did
it?
it. You got it right. Pat Patterson, very first Intercontinental Champion. Ricky Steamboat wouldn't become Intercontinental Champion until 1987 at WrestleMania 3. You've watched that match. That match stole the event.
Yeah.
Because that showed wrestling in its purest form. Roddy Piper didn't become Intercontinental Champion until, I'm going to say, early 90s. And he lost the belt to Bret Hart at WrestleMania 8. All right, next question. Which wrestler was known as the American Dream? Was that Ric Flair, Larry Bird, or Dusty Rhodes?
Ric Flair.
Very good.
No, it was Dusty Rhodes.
Very good. You messed up.
I should have said something even crazier.
No.
That would have, because it's like that's funny. To have it repeated so many times who the American Dream was, and then still have it get wrong.
Right. Go ahead.
And then I got it wrong.
You got it wrong.
Not just that, but didn't he have a few rivalries with Ric Flair too?
Yeah. You didn't even answer the question though.
Yeah, I said it was Dusty Rhodes.
Dusty Rhodes. Okay. Yeah. All right. Here we go. Which persona did Mankind also wrestle as at WrestleMania? What looks to be WrestleMania 16? Was it Dude Love, Hercules, Blue Knight?
Dude Love.
Very good.
I haven't even heard of the other two.
Because they're made up. Okay, next one. Who was the first female wrestler to be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame in 1995? Was it Lita, Trish Stratus, or the Fabulous Moolah?
Moolah?
Yeah. Very good. You're getting all these right so far.
I've gotten lucky so far.
And you're over here, and he was over here panicking. He was over here like, oh my God, I don't think I'm going to do it.
I'm like, I'm going to fail one of these 100%, and I did.
All right. Who defeated Hulk Hogan to end his 12-year WWE championship reign in 1984? Was it The Rock, Roddy Piper, or Andre the Giant?
That one I'm not so sure about. Is it Andre?
Andre the Giant. What is the real name of Stone Cold Steve Austin? Is it Steve Williams, Mark Calloway, or Steve Anderson?
Maybe the first one?
Are you sure?
You sure it's not Steve Austin?
That's his in-ring name.
Yeah, I don't know.
Come on, I need an answer. Steve Williams, Mark Calloway, or Steve Anderson?
The last one.
No.
The first one.
The first one, Steve Williams, is his name. When he came into wrestling, they asked him what his name was, and he says, "My name's Steve Williams." And they go, "No, we can't have that because we already got a Steve Williams wrestling under that name. So you're going to need to come up with a different name." And he couldn't come up with one, so Butch Mantell, or not Butch Mantell, the promoter just went, "Okay, you're from Texas, so you're Steve Austin." And then Stone Cold, at first, he was like, "I don't want to be Steve Austin because I don't want to be their confusion with the main character from $1 Million Man." And they're all like, "Well, too bad. We'll call you." And his name changed too. And when you get to WCW, he became Stunning Steve Austin. Or no, he became Stunning Steve Austin, then went into WCW, and then changed it, then went into WWE and became the Ringmaster, and then became Stone Cold Steve Austin. The story of how he got his name is so hilarious. You have to see it.
Yeah.
Which tag team is best known for their popularizing the Doomsday Device finisher? Was it the Hardy Boys, the Dudley Boys, or the Road Warriors?
Road Warriors?
Very good.
If it's their thing there.
It's their finishing move. So you got it right. Who was the first ever Universal Champion in 2016? Was it Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, or Kevin Owens?
Was it Roman? No, it wasn't Roman. Seth.
Kevin Owens.
Oh. Oof.
Who said, "I am
but we do know who the first undisputed champion is.
That was Roman.
Undisputed?
Undisputed. It's John Cena right now.
Yeah, currently.
Currently. Who said, "I am Mr. WrestleMania because I lived it, I breathed it, I am WrestleMania"? Was it Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, or Kurt Angle?
Shawn Michaels?
Very good.
Yippee.
Very good. Which was The Rock's first movie? Was it Red Notice, The Scorpion King, or Jungle Cruise?
How would it... No. He's done a few before the Jungle Cruise one. Oh, Scorpion King, maybe?
Very good. He did a cameo appearance, which was his first big picture movie role in Mummy 2, where he played the Scorpion King. And the Scorpion King movie was basically kind of like a spin-off movie about the Scorpion King. Who founded...
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
Like about the movie either.
Yeah.
So,
That's how it came about. It started in Mummy 2 and then went into its own little movie, and it became a little movie franchise or whatever. Okay.
the Mummyverse.
The Mummyverse. Who founded and runs AEW? Is it Vince McMahon, Tony Khan, or Eric Bischoff? I know, it's like the most...
That's almost as funny as who was the American Dream one.
Yeah.
I should answer that wrong on purpose just to be funny. Like, no, the wrong answer. No, it was Tony Khan.
Yep, Tony Khan.
I'm surprised I got that one right.
So was he. Anyway. Which female wrestler holds the record for the most WWE Women's Championship reigns? Is it Sasha Banks, also now known as Mercedes Mone, Charlotte Flair, or Becky Lynch?
I want to say Flair.
Very good. Who was the first ever WWE Women's Tag Team Champions in 2019? Was it the Iconics? Sorry. The Boston Hug Connection, consisting of Sasha Banks and Bayley, or was it the Bella Twins?
Bella Twins, maybe? No, wait. Banks and, yeah.
Yes, they won it in an Elimination Chamber match in 2019 to become the very first, I wouldn't say the first ever WWE Women's Tag Team Champs, because the Women's Tag Team title did exist back in the 80s, but it wasn't showcased enough because there wasn't enough women tag wrestlers for there to be a women tag division, so Vince McMahon decided to scrap the idea, and it wasn't...
We're just going to put that in storage for a few years.
We're just going to put that forever. And then it took Stephanie McMahon and Triple H to bring back a women's tag division. What was the signature finishing move of the Nature Boy, Ric Flair? Was it the Power Slam? Was it the Figure 4 leg lock? Or was it the Deadly Stunner?
The Rock Bottom.
That's not one of the choices.
No, it was the Figure 4 leg lock.
Very good. Very good. See,
I think Charlotte
have been
does that
teaching
now.
him. Huh?
I think Charlotte does that now.
She does the figure 8 because she puts a little extra into it. It's a figure 4, but then she arches her back and almost like a bridge to kind of put more pressure on the legs.
Close enough. Close enough.
But see, I am teaching him. All right.
And I'm learning some of it.
Who was the first African American WWE World Heavyweight Champion in 1992? Was it Kofi Kingston, Booker T, or Ron Simmons?
Booker T.
Damn, no.
No. Oof.
It was Ron Simmons.
Oof.
He won the very first. He was the very first African American man to win the WCW World Heavyweight Championship.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, that's right. Because I was thinking Booker T, WCW. Yeah. Because he had that whole 5 thing.
Do you know who he beat for it?
Who?
A man they call Vader. He beat Vader for that title.
Cool.
What wrestlers starred in The Nanny? Was it Hulk Hogan, Roddy Piper, or Big Boss Man? The movie came out in like the early 90s.
I never saw it. Hogan, maybe?
God dang, yes. Very good. Roddy Piper did star in the movie. He was best known for the movie They Live, where he said the line, I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
So that's where that's from.
Yeah.
I thought it was from the game.
No. Which wrestling promotion was known for its Monday Night War rivalry with WWE in the late 90s? Was it ECW, WCW, or TNA?
This is a hard one.
I know. When you first looked at me, you're like, really?
WCW.
These are hard questions, apparently.
Well, this specific one, it was like a huge thing. So
yeah, and I lived through it. I watched it and witnessed it. It was great, very great. All right. Who was Cody Rhodes' tag team partner in 2008? Was it Ted DiBiase, Goldust, or Stardust? This is when he was starting out.
One of those is Cody Rhodes.
Uh-huh.
And I forget exactly, like, what I want to... Goldust was what? Dustin Rhodes, right?
That was his older brother.
I'm going to go with that one, then.
No. In 2008, no. Cody Rhodes did team up with his brother, but that was before Cody left in 2000 or late 2000, like 2010, somewhere around there. It was like later on down the road. In 2008, he teamed up with Ted DiBiase's son, Ted DiBiase Jr. They formed a group with Randy Orton called Legacy.
Oh yeah. I didn't know Ted DiBiase Jr. was in that.
Yeah, he didn't have that long of a career in WWE. Now he faces like legal troubles and everything now.
Not legal troubles.
Legal troubles.
It's the worst kind.
Yeah. Which celebrity served as a guest referee at WrestleMania 1? Was it Joe Namath, Burt Reynolds, or Muhammad Ali?
Ollie.
Very good. Okay. Oh, yeah, we still got some more questions here. We'll try to get through these quick, okay, so we can wrap things up, because I know everybody's probably getting tired of us now.
Yeah.
Let's see. Which wrestler won the 2020 Men's Royal Rumble match? Was it Drew McIntyre, Roman Reigns, or Seth Rollins? This is before COVID.
I wasn't watching before COVID.
You started watching after COVID.
Yeah. Like
So-
they had the screens and everything, and after a little bit they ended up phasing them out.
So take your guess. Who won the 20?
I feel like almost all of these have been guesses so far.
But you've been getting them right.
Yeah.
Most of them. So who do you think? Is it McIntyre, Reigns, or Rollins?
Rollins?
No.
Roman.
No. It was McIntyre. He won and he eliminated Roman. He went on to headline at WrestleMania, even though WrestleMania was going to be held in the Performance Center with no crowd whatsoever. He went one-on-one with Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship and won.
Oh, yeah, okay, I remember now.
Who was the first?
As much as he's been complaining about that, I should have gotten that one right.
Who was the first ever WWE Cruiserweight Champion in the modern era? Was it Neville, or now known as Pac, Kalisto, or Rey Mysterio?
Ray?
Very good. What years did Rey Mysterio win the Royal Rumble? Was it 2005 and 2012, 2012 and 2018, or was it 2006 and 2018?
I want to say either 2005 or 2006.
You got to choose one of them.
2005.
No,
2006.
no. 2006 and 2018. In 2006, it was after Eddie Guerrero had passed away, and he dedicated Ray dedicated the Royal Rumble match in his memory, and he ended up winning. He went in as number 1
Yeah.
or number 2 rather, and outlasted everyone and eliminated Randy Orton to get a title shot at WrestleMania, and won the title at WrestleMania as well.
Yeah.
Who is not a member of the New World Order in WCW? Was it Kevin Nash, Diamond Dallas Page, or Eric Bischoff?
Eric Bischoff with no, I'm joking. He was. What were the options again?
Kevin Nash, Diamond Dallas Page, or Eric Bischoff?
Page.
Very good.
Because it's like, wasn't Nash like one of the original members?
Yeah.
Of the NWO.
Yeah.
And then Bischoff was like, he joined a little bit later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Who did Ted DiBiase lose to in the WrestleMania 4 finals for the WWE Championship? Was it Big Boss Man, Randy Savage, or Junkyard Dog?
Junkyard Dog?
No.
The guy that's not Savage.
Big Boss Man? No, it was Randy Savage.
Oof. Close though.
Yes. Randy Savage was the very first WWE champion that had it was the debut of the Winged Eagle title.
Oh yeah.
Let's see here. Where was Ric Flair born? Memphis, St. Louis, or Denver? I'll give you a hint. Graceland.
All of the above.
No, which one?
Are they again?
Was it Memphis, St. Louis, or Denver?
Memphis, maybe?
Very good. He was born in Memphis and was raised in North Carolina.
Yeah.
He was adopted.
I was this close to being like, no, he was born in Carolina. Or something like that.
Who did The Undertaker beat in his final WrestleMania match? Was it Bray Wyatt, Kane, or AJ Styles?
I want to say Bray Wyatt.
No.
Oof.
This was during this Undertaker's final WrestleMania match happened, and his final match
AJ Styles.
overall. Yes, AJ Styles. It happened during COVID. And
That would explain.
And it was the Undertaker's last match ever. Which WWE pay-per-view event features the Money in the Bank ladder match? WrestleMania, SummerSlam, or Money in the Bank? Never mind.
It's not WrestleMania.
Never mind. That is like the most stupidest question on here I've ever seen.
The answer's in the question.
Exactly. Who was the youngest WWE World Heavyweight Champion in history winning the title at age 24? Was it Kurt Angle, Brock Lesnar, or Randy Orton?
I want to say either Lesnar or Orton.
You got to choose one.
Orton.
Yes. Randy Orton had beaten He Who Shall Not Be Named during SummerSlam. Defeat and won in a clean match too. No interference because Orton was with Evolution at the time. No interference whatsoever and did not do any dirty tricks. He won the match clean.
Cool.
Let's see here. Okay, before becoming Kane, what was Glenn Jacobs' first persona? Was he a doctor, a college professor, or a dentist?
Dentist.
Yes. Do you remember the name?
No.
Isaac Yankem.
Because he pulled teeth.
Yep. Who won the first ever Money in the Bank ladder match in 2005? Was it Rob Van Dam, Chris Jericho? Hi, guys. Or was it Edge?
Edge.
Yes. And bonus question, who did he cash it in on?
I forget.
Try.
Yeah, I got nothing.
John Cena. It was at New Year's Rebellion after a Elimination Chamber match. John Cena retained the title, and then out comes Edge and cashes in. Who is the only wrestler to have won the WWE Triple Crown Championship under 3 different ring names? Was it John Cena, Stone Cold Steve Austin, or Chris Jericho? That one I honestly... Triple Crown Championship. I honestly don't know.
I don't know either.
Wow.
I want to say, I'm going to guess maybe Stone Cold. No, okay, I can't remember 3 names for...
Wait. They have an answer key on here.
Was it Stone Cold?
Chris Jericho.
I don't remember him having 3 names, so I don't know.
Who did Kevin Owens attack in his NXT Championship debut? Was it Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, or Sami Zayn?
Rollins?
No.
Roman.
No. It was Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn had won the NXT championship, and Kevin Owens was out there at first as like a supportive friend, and then
he turned on him.
and he turned on him and power bombed him into the ring apron.
Oof. Quite the history of those two then.
Yeah. Who inspired Sting's persona, the current one that you see with his current face paint? Was it the Penguin character in Batman, Wesley Snipes' character in Blade, or Brandon Lee's character in The Crow?
Crow.
Very good.
Even though I used to think, before that, I thought it was like Kiss or something.
No, God, no. That was the Demon in WCW. He had dressed up like a Gene Simmons. So he was a muscular version of Gene Simmons. WCW was desperate for ratings and fans and all that, so...
They even got RoboCop at one point.
Yeah, they did.
That was Dad's favorite part of WCW. That was funny, though.
Okay. That's pretty much it, because the other questions I'm like, I don't know the answers.
That's all,
to those.
folks.
But, yeah. So, tomorrow we've got Rebellion, TNA Rebellion, so we're going to be recapping that and going over that. We appreciate you guys stopping by and everything. If you guys do want to catch us on our social media, I already said it earlier, you can catch us on Instagram, Facebook, X, formerly Twitter. We do have a TikTok, and we also have a Discord. If you want to be a part of the Discord, let us know. Message us, and we will send you a link to get you in so you can get filled in on when we're going live, questionnaires, or match of questions or votes. And we always want to hear from you guys. And you can always check us out on our email address, which is...
crosspromopod@gmail.com.
Very good. We also have a Patreon page, and we also have an online store. You check out the link in our YouTube. The link is there. Plus, I wanted to give a quick shout out because we've been doing the show now for a week, and the theme song, our new theme song, has been provided by a good friend of mine. He goes by the name Angel Beats. Check him out on Instagram. Just do a search, Angel Beats. He's right there. He makes his own music. Check him out. I highly recommend it. And again, thank you for the new theme. Greatly appreciate it. We needed a new custom theme for this mighty strong return with new equipment and everything. And
We think it's good.
yeah, we love it. We love it. And it's ours. It's original. It's ours. I can't be any more happier than that. So do check him out on Instagram. He only has that's his only social media page. But do check him out. Check out his music if you want to listen to any of his music. Definitely check him out. Now, we also have a Patreon. I think I mentioned that earlier. Check us out on our Patreon page, and definitely check out our store. We
have things on the store.
we got things with logos on it. Our hats, shirts, mouse pads, cups, mugs. Even though it seems to be the same thing, but oh well.
Cups and mugs.
Cups and mugs and cups and sorry, it's like cats and boots and cats and boots. Anyway, but we'll definitely be here tomorrow night to go over everything that happened on TNA Rebellion. Feel free to message us. We'd love to hear from you guys, and we'll even read your messages on our show when we stream live. Love to hear from you guys, and let's just try to get ready to get on out of here. Give me a sec here.
He's clicking buttons and stuff again.
Yes, I am. All right. We get that there. All right. So, for the Cross Promo Show, I'm Kevin.
I'm Chris.
And
We
gone.
gone. Hey, I think we got it that time. First try.
Yeah, we did. Good job. You up for some pizza?
Pizza's good.
All right, let's go.
be sure to go ahead and check us out on the social media sites listed up there. Or if you want to check out the store, it is linked through our YouTube.